Are you ready to face the realities of being a business owner? Do you know that even in business, prevention is better than cure? If so, you're in the right place because in this video entitled The Top 5 Mistakes New Business Owners Make, you learn how to identify the common mistakes new business owners make and how to avoid them. Meet Janine, a 35-year-old mom to an adorable little boy. Now, Janine used to work as a mall cashier. Her husband asked her to quit so she could focus on raising their son. Now, with her husband's income from working in a hotel in Singapore, they were able to live comfortably. However, Janine, who was used to working and having her own income, wanted to start a business. She wanted to be able to buy things without dipping into their household budget. She also wanted to save more for the future. So when she told her husband about it, he didn't agree at first. He was worried that Janine might not be able to juggle her time well. But Janine insisted and promised him that she'll manage. So eventually, he relented. So Janine opened a photo booth business for weddings. Janine used social media to tell her friends about her new business, and they did help her spread the word quickly. When she got many clients, she hired 3 employees. She even bought more equipment to handle appointments that were scheduled on the same day. Now, after a few months, one of Janine's printers broke down during an appointment. She couldn't use the other printer as it was in use and she couldn't afford a new one. As a result, she had to cancel the event and refund the down payments, upsetting the customers. Now, this incident caused a stir in her city and raised doubts about her reliability. There was also one time when one of her employees was absent and Janine had to step in despite having another event scheduled later. Now, this further affected her business in a bad way. And after a few more months, Janine noticed a decline in her clients. She realized that weddings were seasonal and it was discouraging. Later, a friend suggested catering to children's birthday parties. However, Janine realized that it was hard for her to deal with kids, and so she decided to stick with wedding events. As time went on, it became clear that her approach was not working, though, and she knew that she had to make changes to turn her business around. Now, afraid to disappoint her husband, Janine tried so hard to save her business, but things just kept getting worse. She finally felt really desperate and even thought about closing it down. And while Janine was watching YouTube one day for business tips, she stumbled upon one of my videos. Then she thought, well, Mommy N might be able to help me. And even if she hesitated at first, she remembered her determination to not disappoint her husband. So she took the risk and reached out to me. Mommy N, do you think my business can be saved? She asked me. I would love to help, but first, can you tell me more? I replied. So with all ears, I listened to Janine share what happened and the missteps she took in her business. And then this was what I told her. The first thing you need to do is to identify your mistakes and then fix them quickly. Analyze what went wrong and try to make sure it doesn't happen again. It's impossible to prevent making mistakes, but knowing how to avoid it will help you and your business. Janine, you committed the top 5 mistakes new business owners make. Mistake number 1, lack of planning and research. Starting a business without conducting a thorough marketing research and creating a solid business plan can result in poor decision-making, mismanagement of resources, and ultimately the failure of your business. When your business would do badly, you'd resort to the thought of changing your business. Now, this atras abante attitude will cause your business to be shaky. If only you planned and researched beforehand, you'd have been able to gather enough information about your target market and industry trends. You'd have gained a better understanding of how you could have made an informed business decision on whether your idea was a go or no go just by looking at the numbers and without really spending so much in starting the wrong business. Mistake number 2, underestimating startup costs. If you don't figure out how much money you need to start and run your business, it could cause money problems later on. Just like what happened to you, Janine. Yes, you were able to hire employees and bought additional equipment, but you forgot to allot a budget for sudden equipment repair or replacement. This could have been prevented if you had created a budget that took into account all of the startup costs, including equipment, supplies, repair, rent, marketing, and all of your other expenses. Mistake number 3, not focusing on the customer. The fact that you refused to accept children's birthday parties showed that you did not study the market very well. Just by simple logic, you'd know that a couple gets married only once in their lives, right? But even if they just have one kid, there is a chance that they celebrate the birthday of that kid every year, right? Just think of how many more times you can have this couple as your customer if they have more kids. Remember that in business, our customers are the ones dictating what we should do and not us. Number four, hiring the wrong team. Choosing employees who don't share the same values or lack the skills needed for their role can really hurt your business. Yes, just like what you experienced, Janine. So, to avoid this, it's important to take the time to carefully evaluate potential hires and make sure they have the right skills, experience, and values that align with your business goals. It's all about finding the right fit for your team. And lastly, number five, mistake, not being open to change. In today's ever changing world of business, it's important to adapt to changes in the market, in the technology, and what customers like. If you don't, it can hurt your business. Remember mistake number three? The key here is to be flexible so you won't fall behind other businesses. I hope you learned something from Janine's experience. You see, even experienced business owners have problems sometimes. What more if you are just starting, right? The important thing is to figure out what went wrong, learn from it, and try not to make the same mistake again. Then you'll have a bigger chance of becoming successful. This is Mommy N, your Mommy Negosyo, saying, be business-minded, Pinoy.